Hey YouTube, it's Chico and Zeus. Today I want to show you my rifle that I've been building lately. It's a rifle that's based on the Romanian PSL or Romak 3 style of rifle. This one actually is made by Tennessee Guns International in Knoxville, Tennessee. The main difference between this and a PSL is the receiver is square cut in the back, where a PSL or a Romak would have the curved cut, running a thumb hole sporter style stock or a thumb hole Dragonoff style stock is what they call it. This receiver uses a square cut receiver, so you can run AK furniture on the back end, pistol grip, and AK style stock. My main thing that I wanted to change is because I run a scope on this rifle, the AK stock is too low. The cheek weld is way too low to utilize a scope. And it's also a very short stock. I think this is the original AK stock length instead of the Warsaw Pact length. So I want to upgrade that stock, and today being Christmas I got some goodies that Santa brought, and I wanted to show you guys how I'm going to upgrade the stock and kind of take you step by step and show you how to do it. So the first thing I want to show is the new stock. Let me move the rifle up out of the way. Alright, the new stock I'm going to be running is a Magpul PRS. It's their precision rifle stock. It is adjustable in length of pull and adjustable cheek comb, so you can raise the cheek comb to utilize a scope. In order to run this on an AK rifle, there's some different accessories I had to buy. First thing you need to run on any rifle that uses stock is you need an A2 buffer tube. So that stock will fit onto that A2 buffer tube. That's the original buffer tube from the M16 for the standard stock, not the collapsible stock that you'd find like on an M4. This is the A2 buffer tube. You don't need the spring and buffer. You don't need the spring and buffer. I couldn't think of the word because this is not running on an AR style, rifle. But if you were going to put this on an AR, you need the spring and buffer for this tube. To run this on an AK system, what I did was I contacted Ace Rifle Stocks and had to get a couple more accessories. Move these up out of the way. First of all, you need, this is their AR-15 folding adapter. This basically will adapt onto their different receiver blocks, and this is a folding adapter that this will screw into, and you can use either an M4 or an A2 buffer tube on this adapter. This will not only allow you to use AR stocks, but it's a folding mechanism, so you can fold them to the side. The other thing I needed to get was I bought an internal receiver block that will go inside the back end of the receiver. This will bolt onto this will screw into this, and this will go onto that. So basically that's the 4 components you need in order to run any kind of AR stock on a AK style rifle. So I'm going to disassemble the rifle here and show you the next couple steps, but I'll come back and when we're ready to do that, just to save some time on the video. So, alright, basically I've done a basic field strip to the rifle, removed the dust cover, the bolt carrier bolt, the magazine, the recoil rod and spring. And now there's a couple more pieces you need to disassemble in order to do this modification. The first thing you need to take off is your pistol grip. Right now I'm running a Hogue aftermarket pistol grip, but even if you were running a standard pistol grip, it's the same thing. You need to take the screw out from underneath here. There's either an Allen head or a Phillips, or it could be a flathead standard screw that unscrews, and this will pull off. I've already unscrewed, obviously. And then there's a little block that's like the nut. It's a square shaped block. You can see it protruding out right here. So you just go ahead and push that up into the receiver and you catch it, and just hold on to this piece because you're going to need to put it back in when you reassemble everything. So also kind of keep track of which way this is going in. When it installs, it's at an angle so that the pistol grip will be at the right angle. You can put it in backwards and it won't fit right, so make sure you keep track of that. The other thing you need to remove is the stock, the screws in the stock. On this rifle, there's one screw right here that's on the tang. We'll talk about the tang later, but basically coming off the back of the receiver, there's a tang that's got a screw in it. And then some stocks underneath the recoil rod assembly, there will be another screw that's recessed. This stock doesn't have it, but some will. So pay attention that you might need to remove 2 screws from the top of your stock in order to take the stock off. So my stock has 1 screw here. That's out now, and the stock will pull out. Sometimes you need to use a mallet, like a rubber mallet or plastic mallet, and just tap it out because they're sometimes pretty stubborn. But I'll go ahead and get this one out, and we'll come back when it's stripped. Okay, so I just used a rubber mallet and I had to tap it. Basically I tapped it here, and then I flipped the gun over and tapped it here, and it just kind of wiggles its way out, and eventually after tapping on a while it'll come out. Now here is the receiver. This is the tang I was talking about. You can see that piece that hangs off the back end of the receiver. In order to do this installation of the new stock, we need to cut this tang off flush with the back of the receiver, and once we do that, this receiver will never be able to use its standard AK stock again. So we'll be forced from now on to use an Ace brand stock that'll fit on their Ace receiver block. So here's the receiver block here. Basically it's going to go inside of this, just like so, but it's going to slide all the way in, and then it'll be retained by 2 bolts. It'll be retained by the pistol grip bolt down below and a screw up on top. So I'm going to cut this tang off, and then we'll come back and show you the installation. Alright guys, for this next step I'm not going to be able to show you in here because I'm going to go out in my shop and do it. But basically I'm going to be cutting off the tang like we talked about, right here square with the end of the receiver. And in order to do this, I'm going to be using a Dremel tool. Basically I just use this Dremel with this cutoff wheel attachment, and it's pretty simple. You know, here's another cutoff wheel, but just gonna have to do it in my shop because I don't want to do it here inside, and I got all my safety stuff out there. After I cut that off, I'm going to be using this cold blue. I got this from Brownells. It's a cold blue. I think it's Orpho blue. I'm not sure on the brand name, but I did get it from Brownells. You just put this on a cotton ball and you know, touch up that bare metal to prevent rust. And then after this is cold blued, then I'll put some oil back on it so it doesn't rust. And then I'll get back to installing the receiver block and showing you guys the next steps. So I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm back. I got the tang finally cut off. I cut that off flush right there, and then I went ahead and cold blued it and oiled it with some I use the M Pro 7 gun oil. It's a thicker synthetic oil. Works pretty good on, I use this on all my ARs and stuff. So anyway, I'll put a nice coat of that on there because once I put this receiver block in, the cut surface is going to be underneath here for the life of the gun. So I want to make sure I got a good coating of oil on there so I don't get any rust later. So let me oil it one more time. Okay, just rub that in real good. I already blew it out with all the air compressor and got all the dust out of it, metal shavings and stuff. So anyway, the next step is going to be to install the receiver block. There's a nut that goes inside the block here. It slides in. The receiver block then presses into the receiver, nice and tight, and then there's a bolt. Okay guys, so now you're looking at the final installation. Mounted the receiver block using the pistol grip bolt like I showed, and the top screw. I actually had to go back and drill that hole in the receiver. When I showed you the removal of the AK style stock, there was a screw on the tang, but there was not a secondary screw. I made mention of that earlier. This receiver block from the Ace rifle stock company requires you to use that bolt hole. So I did have to use a drill and drill the hole there and put a screw in underneath the recoil rod where the recoil rod mounts. So got that all done, put the gun back together. Just wanted to show you guys, you know, obviously the stock is adjustable. That was my whole goal in installing this stock on this rifle. Now I can utilize the scope a lot easier. I did go out and sight it in a few minutes ago. It's I didn't fire any rounds obviously because I'm not at the range, but just setting up the length of pole in the cheek weld. Right now I've got it pretty much where I want it. So this is a folding stock application. I probably will never fold it, but I just want to show you guys how that works also. Basically, you pull down on the stock and it folds to the left like that, and it locks in place. So maybe if I transport it, it makes a smaller length of the rifle, but I'm not planning on ever using it as a folded stock. It's basically always going to be locked in the fully extended position. Ace's products do lock up really good, so there's no wiggle in the stock or anything like that. And that's pretty much it. I just wanted to show you guys the installation. I'll do some more reviews on this rifle once I get it all sighted in. I do have a bipod coming for it. I'll do an installation video when that shows up also. But there's the FPK, or like I said, it's the Romak 3 barreled assembly. It's a FPK or RPK receiver using the AK furniture on the rear end and the PSL furniture on the front end. So I just want to show you guys the installation. I'm really happy with the way it turned out, and if you have any questions or comments, send them to me and I'll put up some more videos here in the near future. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Bye.